All right, well, freezing temperatures, they can do a number on your car's battery. The cold weather could spell big problems and leave you stranded on the side of the road.
So we brought in the car coach, Lauren Fix, to make sure that that doesn't happen to you, especially when it's dangerously cold out. Thanks so much for joining us, Lauren. Good to see you.
Good to see you both as well.
So how does the cold weather impact the car's battery, first of all?
Well, cold weather actually will reduce the life of the battery. It makes it work harder, just like really hot temperatures do. So the weather does impact your automobile. And so people are thinking, well, you know, my car is having trouble starting. This is not the time to be thinking about replacing the battery. You should have done it weeks ago. So if you're having trouble starting your vehicle, maybe it struggles to stay running, it's time to get a new battery. Really, you're supposed to replace your car's battery every 3 to 4 years, and people typically don't do it. They wait till it's dead.
And I guess it really kind of depends on the climate you live in, right? I mean, if you're living in the north, it's going to be maybe a little bit harder on the battery.
Anytime it's really cold temperatures, you're going to see all of your vehicle's components strain. Computers don't like cold weather, just like your phone doesn't like to. If you've ever been out skiing and you pull your phone out of your pocket, you notice that it freezes and it doesn't work so well. Think about that in a larger battery. So when you're talking about a car battery, it struggles to start. It needs energy to start a car. And then if you're thinking of an EV, you think, well, I've got a hybrid, I don't have to worry about that. It actually reduces the life of that battery by 41%. No matter what brand you have, batteries still don't like cold and they don't like really warm temperatures.
I was going to ask you, I mean, a lot more people are going hybrid and completely electrical. Is that better in terms of the cold weather or about the same?
No, actually, they take a real toll. So when you fill your car up with gasoline and you can drive, 300, 400, 700 miles, whatever it might be on a tank, when you have an electric vehicle that's all electric and you plug it in and it's really cold temperatures, this polar vortex we're having on the whole upper half of the country, that will actually reduce the battery life by 41%. So that means you have to wait to recharge it. So keep that in mind before you think that it's the same as a gasoline-powered vehicle. It is not. Batteries do not like cold.
So, Lauren, we're looking at a very extremely cold week ahead. You mentioned that there are signs that let you know when it's time to change your battery. You shouldn't wait for it to die out, right? So what are those signs?
Well, first off, having trouble starting it. If a car doesn't start for whatever reason, it's either gasoline, so you may have a fuel line problem, freezing, or it's spark, which is battery. So those two factors are a reason a car won't start, amongst a few others, but those are the main reasons. So if you're having trouble starting your vehicle, maybe you sit at we used to do this all the time when we were kids and we didn't have the money. We'd sit at a traffic light and you could find the car starting to run really weak. It didn't want to accelerate off the line. A lot of that could either be fuel, or it could be spark. In this case, it's typically battery, because these new batteries have to run all this great electronics we love, the navigation and these cool audio systems and all these safety systems require bigger batteries that don't like the severe cold. So if you can't start your vehicle and it's super cold out, you may have to either, one, get a warming blanket. If you live way north into Canada, you're already well aware of that, or Montana, or any of those really cold areas like Minneapolis. The other thing is, don't try to force your car to start, because if you jump start it, you have to remember all those fluids, they congeal. They actually get really thick like gelatin. And if they don't start, they can actually cause engine damage, and that expense is on you.
Oh, let's not let that happen. All right, our thanks to the car coach, Lauren Fix. Yes, very good to see you this morning. Some great information. We appreciate it. Well, here's